Let's welcome tonight's host, Michael York.
Thank you, and welcome to NIADA's annual Leadership Awards Banquet. We have a great evening planned for you tonight. We'll be announcing our annual Scholarship Award winners, representing the 4 NIADA regions, along with 1 National Scholarship winner who will be attending Northwood University. We'll also be honoring association members who've contributed countless hours of service to NIADA and to their state associations. We will also induct another automotive legend, or legends, plural, into the prestigious NIADA Ring of Honor. And we have the NIADA Mannheim Community Service Award, where 1 exemplary dealership will be recognized for its outstanding service to the community. So, at this time, I'd like to call upon the president of the National Auto Auction Association to deliver our invocation, Mr. Jack Nesh. Jack?
Let us bow our heads and pray. Come, Lord, be our guest, bless our gifts. For what we are about to receive, make us truly thankful. As we gather for this meal, we give thanks that we are again permitted to join in this fellowship. May our friendships be strengthened and our lives be broadened. Help us to prove this by the way we live in this world and by the way we treat one another. Lord, we are thankful for all our military and their willingness to serve our country in whatever way is necessary for us to continue to enjoy the freedom that has been ours for over 200 years. Lord, we pray you will protect our troops all over the world as they defend this great nation. We ask that you give them a special blessing and take care of their families as they wait for their safe return. We pray that you bless this food to our bodies, this fellowship to our spirits, and your presence to our souls. Amen.
Thank you, Jack. Before we get started with the rest of the evening's awards, how about a big round of applause for the sponsor of tonight's reception, Kelley Blue Book? Could we give them a round of applause? And the National Auto Auction Association, Mannheim and Northwood University. How about a big round of applause for all of them? Also sponsoring tonight's banquet and sponsor of this year's NIADA and Northwood University scholarships, autotrader.com. And of course, the sponsor of NIADA's President's Ring, Black Book. So this seems to be the most appropriate time to bring to the microphone the Director of Industry Relations and Dealer Learning for autotrader.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jason Jagger.
Good evening. The automotive industry is a fantastic blend of youthful enthusiasm and innovation honed by experience. And that's what we're here to celebrate this evening. The drive and determination of tomorrow's leaders whose lives have been shaped by the love and the support of their families. The late Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world." As a partner in the ever-changing automotive industry, autotrader.com deeply believes in continued education. A passion for learning is among our foremost values, and we invest in our employees' continued growth. In turn, our company's success is directly related to how well we educate our dealer customers on the evolution of the online automotive space. Tonight, In keeping with our mission to provide ongoing, outstanding education to our industry partners, Autotrader.com is proud to recognize and honor the future leaders and bright shining stars through NIADA's National Leadership Awards. In the 7+ years we've been involved with the NIADA Foundation and Northwood University, we continue to be impressed by both the association and the university's commitment to rigorous, high-quality education. And we're thrilled to have seen how these scholarships have contributed to the development of a whole new breed of professionals, both within and outside our industry. Students, this evening is for you. Congratulations on your achievements and best wishes for your continued success as you pursue your dreams. May education be your weapon of choice as you do your part to change our world. Finally, congratulations and thank you to all the families for the role you have played in supporting this evening's scholarships recipients through your sacrifice and your love. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Jason. Each year, the NIADA Foundation has proudly sponsored 4 young men or women who've displayed outstanding abilities in education. So, this year, again, with the assistance of autotrader.com, these students will receive a scholarship to the college or university of their choice. Also each year, autotrader.com awards a national scholarship for a current outstanding student to continue on at Northwood University. The competition for all students is judged by our friends at Northwood, who narrow the field of competitors down to just 4 candidates representing each of the 4 regions, and also selects the national scholarship winner. So at this time, I'd like to recognize from Northwood University the chair of the Automotive Marketing Department, Mr. L.G. Bright. L.G.?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's once again a pleasure for my colleagues at Northwood University to serve as judges for the annual NIADA Foundation Scholarship Program. The committee continues to be impressed with the young people in this country who excel in their academics, while at the same time committing to serve in their communities and to mentor fellow students. This year the competition was tough, with several outstanding applications from 4 NIADA regions. And the recipients chosen are destined to be successful in their chosen professions. After you hear the highlights on each of these recipients, I'm sure you will agree that they are all stellar individuals. You can be proud of your support through the NIADA Scholarship Program, knowing you are making a difference in their lives. Steve, Jason, thank you once again on behalf of Northwood for this tremendous opportunity to partner with these tremendous organizations. And on behalf of everybody at Northwood, we recognize your generosity, we accept it, we're grateful for it, and we wish everybody Godspeed when you leave here tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, LG. And now to assist me in honoring the 2014 NIADA Scholarship Award winners, the president of the NIADA Foundation, Steve Jordan, and again, the director of Industry Relations and Dealer Learning for Autotrader.com, Mr. Jason Jager. Well, it goes without saying that our scholarship recipients this year are outstanding students, but often it's what happens outside the classroom that really sets them apart. The individual talents, abilities, and skills of these students paint a clear picture of determination, excellence, ambition, creativity, even philanthropy. Their academic achievements, combined with their leadership and community endeavors, are sure to make them an asset to any institution of higher learning. It is then, with these contributions and accolades in mind, my great pleasure to announce this year's scholarship recipients. From Region 1, Ian Pashak. Ian, would you please join us on stage? Ian is a recent graduate of Ridge High School in Basking Ridge, New Jersey, headed to Yale University this fall, where he will pursue research in materials engineering and chemistry. He's definitely off to a good start as he's participated in a research initiative sponsored by the New Jersey Institute of Technology last summer and will do so again this summer. In some ways, he'll be following in his father's footsteps, who's worked for more than 25 years as a petroleum engineer. But he'll also be blazing his own trail in today's world of automobiles, seeking to improve the structure and components of car engines, making them more efficient and more environmentally friendly. Ian does have other interests also, as he was the boys' swim team captain for his high school and volunteers at the local YMCA, teaching aquatic skills to children with disabilities during the Saturdays in Motion program. He plays violin, first chair. That matters. In the Ridge High School Symphony Orchestra, participated in advanced piano studies for the past 8 years, and holds a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo. His high school teachers have no doubt that Ian will indeed have an impact on our world. His chemistry teacher remarked that Ian understands big ideas and never overlooks the subtle details that could force mistakes by some. At this time, we'd also like to recognize Ian's father, Pavel. Would you please stand? Congratulations to Ian Pashak, this year's Region 1 scholarship recipient. Well done, Ian. Our scholarship winner for Region 2 is Daniel Hott. Daniel and his family are unable to attend tonight, but if they were here, I'm sure they would want you to know that Daniel is planning a career as an automotive engineer for a quality car company or a race car team after graduating from Tennessee Tech with a degree in mechanical engineering. His love for cars and fixing things began when he was barely old enough to watch his dad do repairs around the house or tear down the engine in his '69 Camaro. To demonstrate that continued interest and passion, Daniel has already designed and built his own car, a '69 Mustang built with modern components that he adapted from current car models. Now, it's taken him 4 years, but that process only reinforced his desire to become an engineer. His physics teacher and baseball coach at Rossview High School in Clarksville, Tennessee, says that car is fantastic. But more importantly, it attests to Daniel's incredible academic abilities and his work ethic. Those talents and skills are put to use to help others as well. He repairs cars for people in his community who can't afford a mechanic, does home repairs for the elderly, tutors his peers on and off campus, and reads to young children in the local elementary school special reading program. As Daniel's high school counselor stated simply in her letter of recommendation, he is an outstanding young man. Our congratulations to Daniel Hott, this year's Region 2 scholarship winner. Our Region 3 scholarship winner is Alex Holtz. Alex, if you would please join us on stage. Alex is another outstanding young man whose love for cars should greatly affect his future. He grew up in the automotive industry. His grandfather's been buying and restoring vehicles since the 70s, as well as running an independent automobile dealership. 2 uncles are mechanics, and his brother is a collision repair specialist. He recently graduated from John F. Kennedy High School in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, where he was on the honor roll, earned Certiport certification in Auto CAD, and received academic awards in both soccer and swimming. He'll be tapping those academic skills as well as those inherited car traits next fall as he enrolls in Kirkwood Community College in pursuing an associate degree of applied science in CAD mechanical engineering technology. This time, we'd also like to recognize Alex's parents, Gary and Carol. Would you please stand? Congratulations, Alex. We wish you the best as you continue building on your success. Scholarship winner for Region 4 is Bradley Davis. Bradley, if you would please join us on stage. Bradley's family's been here before, since his brother Taylor was awarded this scholarship in 2012 and went on to Brigham University, as will Brad this fall. Brad will major in business and engineering as he wants to eventually own an automotive-related business. During his years at Antelope High School in California, he played basketball and volleyball, was a member of the National Honor Society and the Engineering Society. He's active as a leader in his church youth group and is an Eagle Scout. As you might imagine, his teachers enjoy him as a dedicated student and admire his passion for learning. He's always busy, always on the go. As his high school counselor said, "I sometimes wonder if Brad ever sleeps." This young man's diligence and caring spirit will take him far. We'd also like to recognize Brad's parents, Rod and Ruth. If you would please stand. Congratulations, Bradley Davis, our Region 4 scholarship winner for 2014. Much continued success, Bradley. And the NIADA, Autotrader.com, National Scholarship to Northwood University goes to Kayla Stock. Kayla is the 2014 recipient of this year's National Scholarship awarded to a student who plans to attend or is a current student at Northwood University majoring in an automotive field. Kayla, would you please join us on stage? Kayla is a junior at Northwood University next fall, continuing her studies in automotive marketing management. She has been on the dean's list every semester, involved in the Delta Zeta sorority, serving as an executive board member, and is a member of the automotive group on campus. This summer, she's interning with Penske Automotive Group in Indianapolis. She'll rotate among 10 different departments in those same number of weeks, getting hands-on experience in the automotive world that she loves. When asked what she wants to be when she grows up, she said, "I don't know exactly, but I do know as long as I'm doing something with cars for the rest of my life, I'll be the happiest person on the planet." Her parents from Lapeer, Michigan, Matthew and Sherry, are with us tonight. Could you please stand? Congratulations, Kayla Stock, winner of this year's National NIADA Autotrader.com scholarship to Northwood University. Congratulations to all of our scholarship winners, and a very special thank you to Northwood University for again judging this year's competition. Thank you, Steve and Jason. At this time, I would like to bring to the podium for the presentation of the President's Award, the Vice President of Black Book, Mr. Tim West. Tim?
I got to tell you, this is getting really old. They bring these really, really brilliant young people up, and then they bring a slow-talking, slow-thinking guy like me up here, and it's just not fair. They could have Jay up here next. It would be a lot better, more appropriate. But please help me by welcoming Arlen Keene to the podium. It's always a joy on behalf of our company, Black Book, to present the President's Award. And it's a special award because I guess all of you know you volunteer at home in your communities and food banks or the church or the Boys and Girls Club, and you know what kind of commitment that is. And this commitment, this young man beside me is making this year is a tremendous commitment, and it deserves all of our admiration, and I know he's going to do a wonderful job. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. Thank you, Tim, and thank you from Black Book. This is a beautiful ring, and I'll cherish it forever. I thank you very much. I've got a little speech here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Becoming president of our National Association is a very special honor for me. I would like to give a special thank you to my wife, Jean, our son, Dan, and his wife, Carla, for all their support. I have been in the car business for over 40 years, and I'm very proud to have my son, Dan, working with us as our general manager. My wife couldn't be here tonight. She's had a back problem, and so she couldn't be here, but she's wishing me the best. I would also like to thank Steve Jordan, our Executive Vice President, and all of our NIADA staff for their support. Our association staff is the best we dealers could ask for, and we are always just an email or phone call away. Could all of the staff with us tonight please stand and give them a standing ovation? Thank you. Steve is doing an outstanding job, especially working with the people in Washington, D.C. As Steve, Sean, and Santee would tell you, our PAC fund is a very important thing for our organization. Before leaving Las Vegas this week, think about contributing to this fund. We are all in this together. I can't forget my friends, Joe Lascota and Georgia Brown, who head up our dealer development and education departments, and Scott Lilja, who puts together some of the amazing programs for all of our members. Talk to them this week about some of the NID has to offer to our member dealers. I've taken advantage of some of these great programs myself, such as Certified Master Dealer Program, our Certified Pre-Owned program, and the NIADA 20 Group program. And of course, Mike Lynn, CEO Emeritus, who was instrumental for getting me here and all the encouragement he offered, along with taking all of our internet TV programs to the next level. Thank you, Mike. Stand up, Mike. Give him an ovation here. And of course, the NIAD Executive Board and our other boards that I thank you for your vote of confidence to have me serve as your president. Could you also please stand? Thank you. The next year will be a very busy and exciting for me, working with the board and staff. One of the best parts of this position is continuing to meet our dealers from across the country as I travel on NIADA business. I would like to thank everyone for attending this convention this week. When you get home, please tell your fellow dealers about what you've seen and heard here and encourage them to attend next year. In closing, I would like to thank all our sponsors vendors, and speakers. Without them, this week would not have been possible. And I really, really thank you from the bottom of my heart. I've talked to a lot of the vendors in the last couple days, and thank you very much, and all our sponsors. I promise I won't talk any longer. Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations, Arlen. Hope you have a terrific year. This year we have several very special membership awards. So since he's still close by in his first official act as new president of NIADA, presenting tonight's Crystal Eagle Awards, Mr. President, Arlen King.
Thanks, Michael. Before presenting tonight's Crystal Eagle Awards, let me point out how vital membership is to our association and our industry. I want to encourage everyone to make the most of every opportunity to increase membership. Together, we can soar to new heights. Just ask these Crystal Award winners, as I call your name, please come forward. Wayne Meager, MD Auto Sales. Kimberly New, Style Auto Brokers.
Who'd you say?
Kimberly. Roy Daniel, ALS Dealer Funding. Dennis Pope, People's Financial. Glenn Reeves, Reeves Insurance Agency. We've got 1 Texas and 4 Georgia. How about that, guys? And now we're up to Michael.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations to all our Crystal Eagle Award winners. And now, those are breakable, I'm pretty sure. Crystal? I would now like to invite to the stage to award the NIADA Mannheim Community Service Award, the Senior Vice President of Sales for Mannheim, Mr. Tim McKinley. Tim?
Good evening. I am Tim McKinley, Senior Vice President of Sales for Mannheim. It's my pleasure tonight to present the 2014 Community Service Award. Mannheim and all the Cox Automotive family companies are guided by a simple belief to do three things: to do the right thing for our employees, our customers, and our communities. This guiding principle is the reason we support the NIADA and the Community Service Award, and it's why I'm honored to be here tonight to present it. This is the fourth year Mannheim is presenting the Community Service Award, and each year as we receive those submissions, we show that the auto remarketing industry goes above and beyond to serve the community's needs. The three finalists this evening have demonstrated how charity and philanthropy are truly at the core of the businesses they make up. The finalists tonight are Grant Motors and Mint Motors from Fort Myers, Florida. Members Auto Choice from Lawrenceville, Georgia. And Country Club Auto from Greenville, Ohio. Like Mannheim, today's recipient has made philanthropy a top priority. To demonstrate that, I would like to read a quote from their submission. Not only does philanthropy make us better individuals, but it also strengthens our team. No one is immune to downfalls in their lives. And giving back reminds us that every person is deserving of another's helping hand when needed. It is easy to see that our winner has truly embraced charitable giving and volunteerism to empower the lives of the people in their local community and through tireless efforts. Along with their staff, a custom-made smoker named Old Geese, and a motto of Help Mac, Give Back, our winner supports over 40 charities in and around the 5 Georgia counties they operate in through volunteerism, donations, local barbecue events, where 100% of the proceeds are invested back into the community. Our recipient has a dedicated philanthropy page on their website, and their employees take great pride in spending free time volunteering at charity events. Again, I'd like to recognize all of our nominees for the award, and all of 3 dealerships play an important role in their communities. As I said earlier, the nominations we received show how the automotive remarketing industry goes above and beyond to serve the needs of the communities, and I'm so proud to be in the company of great community ambassadors. And now it gives me great pleasure to announce the winner of the National Community Award to Members Choice Auto. Accepting on behalf of Members Choice is Billy Graham, President of the Georgia IDA.
Sorry about that. You know, I really think I should only have to pay for half of these, but you know. I am accepting on the behalf of them due to a family emergency of Dan and Michelle Straczynski, owners of Members Auto Choice. I've always been impressed about how caring both are and how one of their top priorities has been to give back to their community. They instill the same qualities in their employees. I have known Dan and Michelle for approximately 5 years. My wife and I have had the pleasure of working with them on several charitable events. We have witnessed time after time them giving not only their time, but investing their money to give back. Many times they have stayed up all night to prepare, old geezer, for their participation in the various charities, whether it be serving at the Ride for the Fallen, a motorcycle ride for police officers killed in the line of duty, or walking all night for the Walk for the Cure for cancer. They always have a skip in their step and a smile on their face. Dan and Michelle would like to thank Mannheim Auctions and NIADA, and they will donate this money to a worthy local cause. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Ladies and gentlemen, to present the 2014 Association Executive of the Year Award, would you please welcome the chairman of the NIADA Association Executives Council, Mr. Bruce Eklund. Bruce?
Thank you all. Some things are just meant to be. The pairing of the executive and automobiles was one of those things written in the stars. He began his automotive career, in 1977 selling Chevrolets in Central Florida. For the next 15 years, he worked in every position in the dealership. Manager, used car manager, F&I guy, general manager at a Nissan dealership. In 1992, he decided to change course and move to Atlanta and started a company which provided customized window marketing services for dealers. 6 years later, he sold the company, and his spirit led him to a brand new startup company called autotrader.com. He became the company's 5th employee. He was tasked with building the autotrader.com brand and sales team that would take the new online classified products to the market. Part of his duties included traveling to many of the independent auto dealers associations across the country. There he saw challenges that the associations and their executive directors faced every day. Wanting to do less traveling, he learned that the Georgia was looking for someone to help with grow membership, develop pre-licensing and CE training, and help the association become more influential at the state level. Over 13,000 new dealer candidates have attended Georgia's pre-licensing classes that he developed. When he started in 2002, Georgia had 1,100 members. Today, it's almost 2,400 members, and it's NIADA's largest affiliate state association. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2014 Association Executive of the Year, the Executive Director of the Georgia Independent Automobile Dealers Association, Mr. Paul John.
Wow, go Georgia. I have the best job in the world. I do indeed. Bruce, thank you very much, and thank you to the AEC committee and other directors that chose me for this award. Thank you for Amy Bennett for the last 10 years as my right hand. Stand up, Amy. And special thanks to 4 very special people that you just saw come up here and take home 4 Crystal Eagles for the state of Georgia. Dennis Pope, Kim New, Roy Daniel, Glenn Reeves. You're very special to me. Thank you very much. And you're great salespeople, too. They're responsible, just those 4 people, for almost 25% of our membership. It's unfathomable how hard they work and the good stuff they do. This morning, sitting in this room, listening to Bobby Bowden make a lot of great points about achieving success. A couple things he spoke about resonated with me, and I've actually been thinking about them all day. He said that he taught his players to win a game, they must believe, there's 3 words here, they must believe that they can, and that they will, and they must win the game, according to Bobby, or they'll lose. 3 important words. He also talked about the it factor. Y'all remember that? That stuck with me too. I tried to figure out how it applies, and the more I thought about it, it applies in every facet of what I do and the other directors, my colleagues. He said, you either have it or you don't. And no matter what degree of physical talent you have, and we're referring to ball players, obviously, if you don't have it, you're going to lose games. So I started thinking about this, and how can I translate these key things and lessons from one of the most successful coaches in the business? Is this. As an association director, if it is your desire to grow your membership to levels you've only dreamed of, and I'm speaking directly to my colleagues and the other state directors with the utmost due respect, you can be proud of what you believe, but you must believe you can. And you will, and most importantly, you must do this. And you're on your way to success. Back to the 3 words. And as a fan, as far as having the it factor, you may be smart, educated, academically, have a lot of professional savvy and experience, but if your heart isn't in this business we're in, and you don't have the burning desire inside you, right here, to help car dealers succeed, then I'm sorry, but you don't have the it. And without the it, you're not going to win. And you'll probably most likely change careers at some point. As an executive director in this business. And last but not least, and again I say this with all due respect, but I do want to make a point. If you don't subscribe to the belief that your success, and again to the directors, that your success depends on what NIADA does or doesn't do for you and your association. We cannot put blame on anybody, especially NIADA, for our inability to turn state associations into a profitable, healthy business that it should be and truly needs to be in order to help dealers. As the executive director, you are the CEO, and CEOs, last time I checked, were responsible for the success or the failure of the company. The buck stops there. So as you can see, if anybody's doing any finger pointing, it needs to be back right here. And I truly believe that. So take charge of your destiny, fellow executive directors, and take charge of your association. You're the CEO. You make it or break it. If you can't do it and you don't have the it factor, then move on and do something that you're better at doing. Just figure out what you need to succeed and just do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul, and congratulations. Now, before we continue, I need to share a bit of recent history and a late-breaking development. So first, recent history. On May 9th of this year, the 26th Annual World Automobile Auctioneers Championships were held in Odessa, Boston. And just so happens, we have with us tonight in this very audience this year's reigning champion. If I could introduce to you Mr. Ben DeBrule from Fredericksburg, Virginia. Ben, would you please stand? And now the late-breaking development. Tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock p.m., because it is Vegas, so I just want you guys to be aware. That's in the afternoon, in the expo. Ben will be the auctioneer for the NIADA Foundation auction. Now this year, Odessa, AFC, and IAA have gotten together and brought with them a 2011, it's a cream puff. Have you seen it? BMW 328 Xi to be auctioned off, all proceeds going to the foundation. The BMW is Alpine White, which goes with whatever you're wearing. Has a premium package, just barely 27,000 miles, leather, sunroof. It's been on display all this week at the expo. How many of you guys have seen it? All right, well, you should. You should go back and look at it. Because I know somebody sitting here tonight has to be thinking, man, I would look good in that car. So you can take it home with you. The best part, outside of it being a great car, you looking great in it, it goes with everything you're wearing, you make your check out to the NIADA Foundation, which makes it, I'm no CPA, but tax deductible. So, and Odessa will transport it to you free as long as you're in the good old US of A. So, how about for Odessa, AFC, IAA, and Ben, a big hand. It's going to be an exciting time. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium for the presentation of the coveted NIADA Ring of Honor, the Executive Vice President of NIADA, Mr. Steve Jordan. Steve?
Thank you, Michael. Hey, and congratulations to all the award winners tonight. Paul, John, let me say, based on my personal experience with you as the executive director and CEO in Georgia, you've got it. So congratulations again. You know, from time to time, NIADA selects a person or persons from within the automobile industry to receive NIADA's highest allied industry award, the Ring of Honor. These are men and women who have dedicated their careers to the industry, always giving of their time and resources to improve the image of the automotive industry and assisting our dealers. This year's inductees will be the 24th and 25th such individuals to be inducted into this prestigious and honorable circle. Our first inductee is a man of many talents, a champion who started his own fictitious television show, had a flower delivery service called FTA Florist, and according to one national magazine, ran one of the top-rated jails in the country. Now, I'm sure you're all looking around the room for some guy who's about 7 feet, 2 inches tall, 300 pounds, maybe, a lineman for the New England Patriots, drove a paddy wagon to the banquet tonight with flowers painted on it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I know Mike Lynn wrote these scripts tonight. What I don't know is how many scotches he had when he did it. But seriously, our inductee tonight did in fact win several weightlifting titles during his early years. He was elected as sheriff of the Kennebec County, Maine, a position he held for 10 years. The fictitious TV show was a sting operation that he ran, whereby individuals with arrest warrants had been invited to appear on a television show, and the FTA Flores deal stood for failure to appear, where those who answered the door to receive their flowers were in fact taken to jail. So this, along with a few other tricks, all gained national attention, and he appeared as a guest with Charlie Rose on CBS TV. He left law enforcement to lead a large nonprofit organization in Oklahoma called Volunteers for America, which is a sub-organization of the Salvation Army, one of the largest nonprofit organizations in the country. And this program in particular specialized with working with people with developmental disabilities. He then moved from Oklahoma to Maryland, where he worked with the American Society of Law Enforcement Trainers for several years. And in 2004, he found himself in his current position being hired as the executive director of yet another national organization. After spending a few years as executive director, because of his excellent leadership and abilities and skills, he was given the much-deserved title of Chief Executive Officer. Our inductee tonight has learned that some of the best companies in the country to work for are in fact nonprofit organizations. These groups are made up of men and women who devote and volunteer their time, expertise, and business skills to advance their profession and assist others in time of need. To be at the helm of one of these types of organizations is a career that one can be very proud of every day that they spend on the job. Each day brings its own challenges and has its own rewards. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating one of tonight's inductees into the Ring of Honor, and a guy who personally I'd like to be like when I grow up, the CEO of the National Auto Auction Association, Mr. Frank Hackett. Frank?
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, everyone. I'm really humbled and honored to be receiving the Ring of Honor. I would like to offer my sincerest gratitude to all of you, especially like to thank Steve Jordan and my good friend, Mike Lynn. I want to say thanks to Tom Caruso, Tim West, Joe Lascotta, Scott Lilger, Virgil Matzik, Keith Wan, and all the members of the Ring of Honor. I am deeply honored to be a part of this distinguished group and to be in your company. To all the NAAA members, but especially the presidents who I've been so privileged to work with, Tom Caruso, Jay Cadigan, Paul Lips, Jack Nash, and President-elect Ellie Johnson. You guys make my job so easy. And to those who fill my life and are patient with my travels, my twin sons who are with me tonight, Michael and William, who give me the joy and satisfaction and pride that any man so rightly deserves. And to my wife, Mary Ellen, my life partner for 25 years. Honey, you still take my breath away. I'm so grateful to receive this award, especially knowing that I work every day with staff who are equally deserving. I consider it an honor to work side by side with all the people in our great industry. While awards are wonderful to receive, just knowing that you have helped to advance this great industry is truly reward enough. Thank you very much.
All right. Our next inductee's automotive career spans some 20-plus years. He previously worked for Nissan and American Isuzu Motors in sales, marketing, business management, and distribution roles. In his work for manufacturers, he coordinated closely with dealers to help improve their sales, parts, and service operations. In 2000, he took the position where he was executive director of industry affairs, working to represent dealer interests to vehicle manufacturers. He was also responsible for industry analysis and the American Truck Dealers Division for this association. After several promotions, all well-deserved, in 2006 he was named Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the company. Over the years, he has been instrumental in working closely with NIADA, assisting our association, and promoting the professionalism of independent dealers throughout our country. Even with a busy schedule, he finds time to coach his daughter's basketball team and his son's soccer team. He tried an internship on the Hill in Washington, D.C., but gravitated towards business. Two of his siblings and his father are all lobbyists on Capitol Hill, but when it comes to our inductee, he says, I love D.C., but I hate the politics. I think we can all agree with that. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree from James Madison University and an MBA from Virginia Tech with a concentration in information technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating yet another outstanding inductee into the NIADA Ring of Honor, the Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the NADA Used Car Guide Company, Mr. Mike Stanton.
Thank you, Steve and Mike and all of NIADA. It's quite an honor, and it's a very, very humbling experience. But what an industry. What a great event. You guys took this opportunity to even the Ring of Honor score between Black Book and NADA at 3 apiece at a Kelley Blue Book sponsored event. So thank you very much. And that's one of the great parts of this industry. As competitive as it is, you still develop great relationships, across those lines at times. I want to thank my family. They're not here. Maybe they don't love me as much as yours, Frank. And then congratulations, Frank and the Hackett's for a well-deserved award. They give me the ability to go to work every day with a clear mind. Well, that's probably a lie. With most days, with a pretty clear mind to be able to get the job done. So I appreciate the family, all the support I get at NADA. We have a board of 63 directors, which at times can be challenging, but they have been very supportive, and I appreciate the trust that they've given me to represent this iconic brand, 82-year-old brand in our industry. So thanks to NADA, and gosh, the people I work with, that's what it's all about. I get to accept the awards, and they do all the hard work back at the office and on the road. Additionally, the partners, NAAA especially, and NIADA, what a great opportunity to get an award for doing what you love, and that's working with and for dealers. And then one more special call out, and that would be to my mentor and friend and former boss, Scott Lilja. Scott got me away from the evil manufacturer world. I was naive enough to think that all used car dealers were just new car dealer wannabes. Well, he straightened me out, and you all straightened me out pretty fast on that, and I came to learn, what a nightmare the manufacturer can be to deal with, and what a pleasure you have not having to fight those battles. So thank you again very much, and I appreciate the award, and I'm very humbled by it. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, and congratulations to both Frank and Mike. Our final award tonight is one that was given last year for the very first time, the Michael R. Lynn Lifetime Achievement Award. This award was given last year to NIADA's longtime CEO for the many years of service he's given to both the state and national associations that he has served. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 28 years, I think, and still going. So to present tonight's award, in recognition of others so deserving, please welcome NIADA's Chairman of the Board and, to assist him, NIADA's CEO Emeritus, Mr. Keith Hagler, and Mr. Michael Lynn.
Thanks, Michael. Tonight, I have the distinct honor of presenting the Michael R. Lynn Lifetime Achievement Award to some very deserving individuals. To quote Mike Lynn, last year I was caught completely off guard when the NIADA Executive Committee presented me with this new award. It is such an honor to be recognized with an award which carries my name. After receiving the award last year, I immediately thought of two people who helped pave the way for me to accomplish the goals we had set for NIADA's future. Without these two individuals running interference for me and assisting me in those goals, it would have never been accomplished. These two individuals are responsible for the success and financial stability which the association enjoys today. Our first recipient tonight is Bob Lawrence from Salisbury, Maryland. Bob was the, there you go, thank y'all. Bob was NIADA Region 1 Vice President when Mike arrived at NIADA in 1999, and shortly thereafter became President-elect. Mike and Bob first met in the early to mid-90s. Mike had been attending all NIADA Executive Committee meetings since 1992 as the AEC liaison to the committee and met Bob when he was first elected. Mike said, "I was very fortunate to have Bob moving up towards the president position when I left the Carolinas IADA. After getting the NIADA position, Bob and I formed a coalition to make NIADA the best that it could be for its members. We developed a close working relationship with each other as we both had the same goals for the association." Here's about Bob. Bob was a new car dealer when he first entered the automotive industry. At the time, at the age of 29, he was the youngest Volkswagen dealer in the country. In 1967, he was both the Maryland and NIADA Dealer of the Year, and in 1975, he was Time Magazine's Northeast Region Dealer of the Year. He moved, yeah, that's pretty awesome stuff. He moved from new cars to used cars and immediately got involved with the Maryland IADA. From there, things look like a history book. He took the association very seriously as he served as the president of the Maryland IADA 7 times. Back home, he always had plenty to do. Outside of running his dealership, he was a trustee for the Maryland Community College System for 36 years. He was chairman of the board 6 different times and founded the Maryland Community College Association. He was on the board of directors for the Bank of Delmarva for 40 years. And this is one of the things that really got my attention. Bob has been appointed to the state board or commission by every Maryland governor since Spiro Agnew was governor in 1967. Bob was, yeah, that's awesome. Bob was the NIADA National Quality Dealer of the Year in 1987. He was NIADA President in 2001 to 2002. He became an NIADA Certified Master Dealer in 2001, the inaugural year of that program. He has served on the NIADA Legislative Committee as chairman or vice chairman 6 different times, and has been the chairman or a member of 13 other NIADA committees or boards over those years. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present you Mr. Bob Lawrence. Awesome, Bob. We all thank you, Bob, for your many years of service. Our second recipient tonight is a good friend of mine, Charles Till from Savannah, Georgia. Charles has been involved in the automotive industry since 1966. He also helped organize and establish a regional bank in 1984 and was secretary of the board of directors. They later sold the bank in the late 90s to BB&T. In 1991, he joined the Georgia IADA and immediately became active with both GIDA and NIADA. Charles became active with NIADA in the mid-90s, where he and Mike served on the NIADA Budget Committee together for several years. Charles was a rising officer at GIDA, and Mike was the executive director of the Carolinas IADA at that time. They both became a little disillusioned with NIADA's financial process at the time, so they both decided not to be on the committee any longer, and Charles began concentrating on his service with GIDA. Over the years, Charles has served as the president of GIDA 2 different times and has held virtually every position on the board and executive committee of the association. During his service with GIDA as president, Charles was elected vice chairman and then chairman of the NIADA States President Council in a 2-year term from 2003 to 2005. Charles is a CPA and has his degrees in both accounting and business. After Mike was named the CEO of NIADA, Charles decided to again become more active with the National Association. Mike encouraged Charles to run for office on the executive committee where his financial experience could be good use. Charles was elected to the position of treasurer, a position he remained in several years as he closely monitored the association's finances. Charles continued on serving in other positions and became NIADA president in 2009 to 2010. Charles became an NIADA certified master dealer in 2003 and became one of the first dealers to participate in the NIADA certified pre-owned program. Charles currently serves as the chairman of the NIADA Audit and Budget Committee, a new non-voting, non-elected position on the executive committee. A few years ago, Mike decided to practice what he preached. For many years, during training sessions of officers for NIADA's affiliated state associations, to have a succession plan in place in case something happens with your current executive director. Mike formed a succession planning committee for NIADA to formulate a replacement strategy for his own position as CEO. He could think of no other better person to serve as the committee chairman than Charles Till. This is currently an ongoing committee, and Charles continues to serve as its chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Mr. Charles Till.
Thank you, Keith. And congratulations to Mr. Bob Lawrence and Mr. Charles Teal. Could we give them one more round of applause? Legends and pioneers in the industry. Well, that just about wraps it up for tonight. Thanks for being here with us. See you tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock here when NIADA TV presents a live worldwide broadcast of the National Quality Dealer Awards. I'll see you then. That ends our program for tonight. Enjoy your night in Las Vegas. Good night, everyone.
You better come inside, let me teach you how to jive.